Welcome back. Let's check in on the trail cameras today. There's lots of freezing rain, so I won't be out very long, but I just want to check on the Browning cameras that I've had running all winter. Let's take a look. There's lots of snow in the woods, about 2 or 3 feet of snow, so it's a little bit of activity out here. We'll have to see what the cameras tell us has been going on in this region. I elected this year just to have the Browning cameras running all winter, just because I find that they work much better in colder temperatures and harsher conditions. The other wild game trail cams that I have will fire up again in the spring, and we'll see what's going on in their neck of the woods. But for now, I've just got the 2 Brownings running. Hopefully we've got some good stuff today. Here's the first Browning camera, and this one actually looks a little bit low. With 3 feet of snow or 2 feet of snow in place right now, this makes it kind of low to the ground. If you see, if I go over here, this is actually the level that it's at, which might be okay for the majority of wildlife that would go by here. So this is situated on this large open trail behind us, just in front of the cabin. We tend to get a lot of activity here in the spring especially. We get moose coming through here end of April, beginning of May. So this time of year it's fairly quiet. I'm going to just take a peek at what I found. You know, I'm really surprised to see the activity on the Browning trail camera by the cabin. Usually it's fairly quiet around this time of year. The deer are yarding up, but it's nice to see the deer back and the fox. And that was really neat how the fox captured that rabbit and brought it in front of the camera for us to see. So let's go check on my second Browning. Take a look right here in the snow. I think this is where a grouse was tunneling in to have a little snooze. You can see the wing pattern there as it's kind of exploding out of the snow, ready to take off for flight. Isn't that beautiful? So here's some maple. Just walking through the bush now and kind of scouting for early spring. You know, it's going to be that time soon enough to start tapping the maple trees, so I'm scouting out some good potential trees for this year. Here's the Browning trail camera just behind the cabin here on the little run by the bay. And it looks like I picked the right height for it. It's not buried in snow just yet. There's about 2 or 3 feet of snow on the ground right now, so I guess I picked a good height for it. Lots of action in front of the trail cams. Looks like lots of rabbits. Let's go take a look. Taking a look under here, you can see my cart is actually frozen into this machine. That's not good. Looks like water got right into the casing and froze a whole bunch of stuff, so I'm hoping this card still works. I've got it out. Let's see if it actually reads. Whew, thank goodness. Got 56 pictures this time. Well, that's a first for me to have a camera freeze the card in place like that. Not good. So I don't know, just a flaw in the design, I guess. It allowed some the moisture to get in there, go under the case by the LCD screen, all the buttons, and unfortunately into where the SD card was. So not good. So this is my first winter with that camera, so we'll just have to see. Hopefully it continues to run well. Looks like, you know, I only got 56 pictures on this camera. There's lots of activity around here. Either the woods are really quiet or it's been so cold that the camera has been turning off. So let's go take a look at what I found. On the way back to the cabin now, and I'm taking a look at the ground. Just take a look, there's all kinds of seeds on the ground from where the chickadees and the nuthatches have been feeding. It's all strewn around the forest just behind the cabin. So they are definitely hungry and appreciate a free meal. Well, that was interesting. Not a huge variety of species, but definitely some individuals that I recognize that have been in the area for a while. I can't say for sure about the rabbits, there's lots of those around, but I recognize the fox and that fisher. The deer is a bit new to me. It's nice to see the bucks still hanging out around here. But one interesting thing I find is that there isn't a lot of coyotes or wolves going back on that one, the second Browning trail camera by the bay. That is really typically an area where I find a lot of those dogs roaming around, just constantly past the cameras. And I've noticed that there haven't been any over the last few months getting picked up on the camera. So I wonder what's going on there. I don't know if they've changed their routine, changed their pathway that they're taking. I'll just have to see if they pick up the traffic around that area in the next month or so. Well, it's really neat to see the animals are not afraid of my cameras and are totally comfortable doing their daily activities so that I can see what they're up to. Thanks so much for watching today, everyone. I hope you have a great week as always. Take care.